Hey y'all, welcome to the Sweet Chariot channel. I'm Chinita and I am a solo traveler. In this video, I'll be sharing my overall experience of visiting Bangkok, Thailand as a solo traveler, and I'm also a slow traveler. So in this video, I'll be going over tourist visas as well as transportation, some things that for those who are interested in getting an apartment, some things that you should know about getting an apartment, and just my overall experience in Bangkok and if I would go back. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, be sure to hit that like button, share the video with others, and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in solo traveling or if you would like to follow my solo traveling journey. Now let's get into this video, starting with my arrival. I am a U.S. citizen. U.S. citizens are allowed to visit Bangkok for 30 days without a tourist visa. You can get an extension for another 30 days, which will make that 60 days if you go to the immigration office in Bangkok. And the immigration office in Bangkok is at the IT Square. It was very easy for me to extend my visa. You do need some forms, and I'll leave some information about that in the description box. I don't want to go through all of that in this video, but it was very easy for me to extend my visa and I didn't have any problems with immigration. So if you're planning to stay in Thailand longer than, let's say, 60 days, you can get a 2-month tourist visa, and you can extend that tourist visa for 30 days, which will make it 90 days in Thailand. Or you can get a 6-month visa. With the 6-month visa, you cannot extend that visa. With the 2-month visa and the 6-month visa, you have to apply for that before you enter into Thailand. That was something that I did not know, and I also wasn't planning to stay in Thailand that long. But once I got to Thailand, I was like, oh my God, I want to stay longer. But it was too late because you have to apply for the tourist visa before you get within the country. So you have to go to the Royal Thai Embassy or the consulate to apply for your tourist visa. I arrived in Bangkok at the Suvarnabhumi International Airport. I didn't have any problems with immigration or customs, and the airport is nice. I would say it's a modern airport. For the most part, it was clean, and it is very busy, so keep that in mind. I actually was nervous about visiting Thailand because, like, just by looking at the language online, I knew I was gonna have to use Google Translate for everything, but luckily that wasn't the case. In Bangkok, they have many signs in English at the airport. It was easy for me to follow the signs, easy for me to read the signs, so that helps a lot. To leave the airport, you can either book a Grab or a Bolt, which are two different ride-sharing apps that are commonly used in Bangkok. So to meet up with my Grab driver, I selected the door that I wanted to go through. I went through door number 3 because that's closest to where you exit out of customs. Once you go through door number 3, you do have to cross the street and then wait for your driver after you cross the street in that area. And I didn't have any problems with Grab or Bolt the whole time that I was in Bangkok, so it's pretty safe. I would say that it's safe to use those apps. One thing to know before leaving the airport is that there are tolls heading into the city. I did not know that. Like, I want to say there were around 3 different tolls, and they were like 50 baht each, which is not bad. But the problem was I didn't have smaller bills from what I had from the ATM. So because of the fact that I didn't have smaller bills, I was depending on my driver to like have smaller bills so that he could break down my $1,000 baht so that I could pay for the tolls. So my biggest advice is, once you go to the ATM, go by 7-Eleven or a restaurant so that you can have those smaller bills so that you can pay the tolls, you can pay your driver, and you're not dependent on your driver to have the money to pay the tolls for you. It just makes things a lot easier and it's less hassle once you do get to the toll booth. Another way to leave the airport is by taking the airport rail link. If you are not familiar with the BTS or the MRT system in Bangkok, or if you have heavy bags, if your hotel is not within walking distance, of the BTS station, I would not recommend taking the airport rail link. I think the rail link is good for people who have like 2 small bags, like a backpack and a duffel bag, or a backpack and a small carry-on, something like that. I have a backpack, I got a duffel bag, and a large suitcase. So it didn't make sense for me to take the airport rail link. It was just too much. It wasn't worth it, and I was exhausted. I wouldn't recommend it. Y'all, this was an experience, okay? I'm waiting for a Grab to take me to my hotel. I'm gonna do the math and see if it was cheaper for me to go this way. I'm gonna do the math. Look, I'm sweating and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna do the math and see if it was cheaper to go this way on the train, but it wasn't that much cheaper. It really wasn't. It couldn't have been, because I still had to get a Grab anyways. Look at this. You know, good job. But anyway, yeah, my Grab driver should be here. I'm at the bus station. They got 7-Elevens everywhere. For everyday transportation, I would just order a motorbike off of one of the ride sharing apps, and that was the easiest way for me to get around. For longer distances, I would take the MRT or the BTS. Sometimes I would even take the motorbike to the BTS, so just keep that in mind. Like, if you don't feel comfortable getting on a motorbike, you may have to take a car to a BTS station. Using the BTS was very easy. Most of the names of the stations were in a Thai name, but if you just pay attention to the name of the station, it's very easy to know which station to get off of. And the people that were working at the stations, they were very kind, very helpful. For the most part, they also spoke English, so that helped a lot. There were a few times that I did have to use Google Translate, so make sure you have the Thai language downloaded on Google Translate. I stayed in the Siam and Sukhumvit area. I would say that that's the most common area to stay in, the touristy area. And it didn't look touristy or anything like that. I would say that that's the most common area because there are a lot of malls in that area. Huge malls, several malls. Like, you go down the street, you'll see one huge mall out there, another one. So that's the most common area to stay in. It's very walkable. I felt very safe in that area and I didn't have any problems. My goal when I was in Bangkok was to book an apartment off of the third-party website and book directly with the property, and mainly because you save so much money just by booking directly with the property. And honestly, the people in Thailand are just very genuine. They're honest people, so I felt more comfortable doing that in Thailand. But the problem is that the longer that you stay in Thailand, the better rates you're gonna get, and the safer it is for you as a tourist or just as a foreigner to book an apartment. So let's say you do go in for a month and you do the extension, you're only gonna be there for 2 months. And a lot of times those apartments, they look for people who are gonna be there for 3 months, 6 months, or a year. So if you're there for a year, you're gonna get an apartment that is really nice. Very nice, modern apartment, almost too good to be true, but you have to be there for a certain amount of time. So the longer you're there, the better apartment that you're gonna get. And I wish I would have known that before I went to Thailand, because I spent so much time booking different hotels, and I ended up getting a serviced apartment. I think that if you're going to be there for like 2 months, it's best to just look into a serviced apartment rather than trying to book an apartment for let's say 3 months, and you may or may not be able to do a border run. For the most part, you should be able to do a border run and get back into Thailand. Let's say if you wanted to make that 4 months, you know, like if you wanted to stay a month, extend, do a border run, stay a month, extend, and then go to another country, right, for good, because you can only do it twice. So just my thing was, I was like, I just prefer service apartments unless I know I'm gonna be there for like 6 months or for a year. So that's just my advice. If you're visiting Thailand looking to service apartments, I wouldn't really waste your time trying to book an apartment, because you got to go apartment hunting, and then you also have to get like, I want to say like a Thai bank account. There was a lot of things. You also have to pay just the utilities and all that kind of stuff. So it could just be a lot if you're only there for like 2 months. I just feel like it's not worth it, especially if you're planning other things. Like a lot of times I may be in one city, but I'm already planning for like the next 2 cities that I'm going to. So just to do all that planning just to save a few dollars is not worth it. But anyway, this is the living room. I like that there's like a USB port right there for the outlet, and then here's the bedroom. Let me zoom out. Has a TV. They have 2 TVs in here. I don't even watch TV, so here's the view. Here is the view. I'm just happy to have all this sunlight. All right. Here's the kitchen. We have a small kitchen. And I love that they have a teapot. I'm gonna have to clean that out. And they refill your water for you. So they give you 2 bottles of water, and you put the water outside and they'll replace the water. Also has a wash machine, but I have to dry my clothes. There is no dryer. So it's everything that I need right now in an apartment. And this place was $650 for the month. For my cell phone service, I purchased the AIS SIM card from the airport. I did have to pay in cash, and I also needed my passport as well. It is cheaper to purchase a SIM card within the city, but I just prefer buying one at the airport since I am traveling by myself. So let's talk about safety in Bangkok. Did I feel safe? Yes, I did feel safe in Bangkok as a solo traveler and as a black woman. But when you go to these night markets, y'all, like they have a lot of night markets. I felt safe as well going to the night markets, and I normally don't go out at night. Normally by 7 p.m. I'm in my room, I'm in my hotel room or in my apartment. I don't go out at night, but I felt very comfortable going to the night markets. And at the night markets, I would normally just get produce, or just like some, like, you know, a few snacks like the papaya salad, just like little things here and there. But watch out for the meats when you go to the night markets. It's like I had a chicken skewer, and I bit into the chicken skewer, chewed it, ate it, swallowed it, looked down, and I saw that the meat was still raw on the inside. And at that point I couldn't do nothing but just pray, because I had already swallowed it. So luckily I didn't get food poisoning, I didn't get sick from that. But that is something to be mindful of. And then also watch out for spicy food, because Thai people know that their food is spicy. They will ask you, like, a lot of people ask me before they made my food, like, how spicy I wanted my food. They would say, like, you know, like 1 or 2 peppers, or some people would even ask me 5. But normally I would just go with 2 peppers. And you definitely want to watch out for the spicy food, because your body is not used to that level of heat. So definitely watch out for the spicy food. And what else? Let's see. Another thing is tuk-tuk drivers. I did ride in a tuk-tuk when I was in Bangkok, but that was only because I was on a tour. Other than that, I didn't go out my way to even try to get a tuk-tuk ride and negotiate with a tuk-tuk driver. I kind of see tuk-tuk drivers the same way as I see a taxi driver. So it's really up to that taxi driver, if the tuk-tuk driver, if he wants to give you a fair rate, and you kind of don't know what that rate is unless you ask around a lot. So I really didn't use the tuk-tuks. I just stuck with the motorbikes, because that is what is on Grab and Bolt, and I just stick to ride sharing apps. It's just safer that way to me. Thai people have a lot of respect for their government, so don't say anything negative or disrespectful about the Thai government or the monarchy because they take that very seriously. Overall, I would say that Thai people, well, the people in Bangkok, I'm gonna say Thai people, right? Okay. Thai people, they're very kind and like a genuine type of kind. I felt very comfortable in Thailand, and so much so I remember I called my mom and I was like, you should come here. You should come here to visit me. And my mom, she did come visit me in Bangkok, and she also enjoyed Bangkok. I would say Bangkok is like my top favorite city that I've been to. So it's number one for me right now. I haven't been to a city yet that I was like, okay, this is top in Bangkok. And it had a lot to do with the people. Like, they even do this thing where like they kind of like bow when they walk in front of you. So instead of them saying, some of them would just say excuse me, but some people would say excuse me and kind of like bow, and they were just very kind, very friendly, not afraid to like smile at you. I've been to some countries or some cities, I would say, where people just don't smile at all. So it was nice, like looking back at my visit to Bangkok. The cooking class was very fun, and the floating market. Another thing was seeing all the malls. And when I went to the Platinum Mall, but then across the street from the Platinum Mall is like an area where they have a lot of vendors, and I don't know how I ended up over there. I just went across the street and I was like, oh, where are all these people going? And I went in there and there were all these clothes, and people were on live selling clothes. And yeah, seeing the prices and seeing how people sell those clothes, it definitely was inspiring, because I'm like, oh, this is where like the vendors have all their clothes, and this is like where people sell their clothes, like stuff that's on, let's say, Alibaba or AliExpress. I don't know if those are the exact clothes, but to see all those clothes in mass production like that was just very inspiring. Like, I was just like, wow, to see all of that. Another cool place, if you're wanting to find some clothes, is the Chatuchak market, but that is a weekend market. This is a huge market. I was not expecting to come to this tonight. These pants are cute. I like these. Those are really cute. Let's see, 100 baht. I think that's like, let's say 350. 100 baht. Oh, I do need some more leggings. I did not plan to shop today. I'm not here to shop. I didn't even mean to go to that market. I was looking for mango sticky rice, and it led me to the market. And I noticed at the market that they had similar prices to what is being sold at the Platinum Mall. So for those who don't want to go to the Platinum Mall, and I only say that because the Platinum Mall is very busy, it can be very crowded. There are more options at the Platinum Mall, but it's just very crowded. The Chatuchak market is more spacious, it's clean, and you can also get some interesting foods out there to try. So, oh y'all, in my next video I'm gonna be doing another video of me like sharing the different foods that I tried while I was in Bangkok as a foodie. So that's gonna be my next video. But y'all, that is the end of this video. Check out that next video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Also check out my other videos of me in Bangkok, me going to the floating market, as well as me going to a cooking class. We made some amazing foods in that cooking class and I had fun. And me going to the temples, I really enjoyed it. So I hope you guys watched those videos. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and have found it helpful. If so, be sure to hit that like button, share the video with others, and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in solo traveling, or if you would like to follow my solo traveling journey. Until next time, y'all, bye.